Hello everyone, and thanks for joining me on my latest video here. Stopping by the 12 Oaks Mall in Novi, however you say it, Michigan. This one's going to be a little different because I've made previous trips here before, but I didn't have video. I just took still pictures because I really wasn't into doing videos back then. So let's take a look inside here. See, now I didn't go through the entire mall and make an exhaustive effort to show every single storefront because that would be very long, and I'll just hit the highlights, show you the center courts, the anchor courts, the interesting features of this mall, because it's got some very interesting architectural details. You see, as we approach here, you see they have a lot of fake trees, which is kind of an interesting little thing. Add some interest into the mall, some little visual little pops here and there. It's got a nice little seating area. See, this is what it looked like in 2019. You see, not much changed. And we're back over here. They have that little fake plant thing over the information desk. It's a nice little court here. Got some elevators that look very similar to other malls that they've designed. You see the court continues over here on the other side. Again, nice comfy seating. Nice little place to come out and hang out, do some shopping, spend some money. Yes, I love those elevators. They're so cool. And again, we can see what this area looked like in 2019, and not much has changed. So now we're just gonna go downstairs here, ride the escalator down, see what's down this way. And again, you can see there's trees throughout the mall, which outdoors, indoors, I guess. But again, something a little out of the ordinary from your ordinary bland shopping mall that you seem to find nowadays. Another feature is these probably formerly sunken conversation areas outside the anchors. And you just can see what this area looked like back in 2019. Comfy little seating benches. I love these little architectural details, which was a hallmark of this developer, Taubman, however I've heard varying pronunciations, which of course this is now a Simon Mall, so going back to 2019. You can see upstairs that Urban Planet place has been replaced with Anthropology. Probably most people would consider that an upgrade, I think. As we walk over to the food court, and if you glanced at the old picture, you could see that the Surf City Squeeze was there with a different sign. And of course, the massage place back there that most malls seem to have. Let's walk in the food court, see what's back here, a little bite to eat. Those little quotes were similar to what was around the food court at Lakeside, or Fairlane, probably both. Getting mixed up with my malls after a while. I haven't been to those in a couple years. I need to go back to Fairlane. Lakeside, obviously, not going to get back to. Again, I'm not going exhaustive into the history of this place because lots of other people have already done that. I'm just giving you a look at what it looks like now. You see a little peek back to 2019, a couple years ago. See how things have changed and how some things have stayed the same, like all of these food spots here in the same locations here in the food court. So people must like them. And there's security. Hi, security. They didn't really seem to be bothered about people filming in this mall, but that could just be my experience because I was still trying to be unobtrusive with it and just kind of doing my thing, not causing any problems. Going back to peek at another anchor court here. This one is now nothing, see Aeropostale there. But in 2019, as we'll see here in a second, this was the Lord & Taylor anchor spot. You see they were open, so was Aeropostale. Aeropostale, they're still open back then. Another nice elevator, that's what the upper level entrance looked like. I love those entrances. Then you come back over here, Cheesecake Factory by Nordstrom. And as we see here in 2019, Cheesecake Factory was being built. It wasn't open yet. So just something a little different here for those of you who like to see how places have evolved over the years. You know, and like with shopping malls, it's usually, if they're a healthy mall, it's just a gradual change from year to year. You know, places come and go. Some places stay there for years. But, you know, it's just interesting to track how things have gone over time here at this place. You know, Sephora, another popular place if you're into makeup. Let's see, coming back up. Oh, look up. Oh yeah, the skylights. I love those too. Really cool looking. We'll take a peek at the directory here. You can see they still have a lot of stores in here. And of course now, instead of doing printed directories, it's all QR code stuff, which I used to have a bunch of printed directories saved because I enjoy having them to walk through them all when you go back years later and see what's changed, what used to be where, that type of thing. You know, you all probably aren't surprised by that, knowing that I'm obviously a retail nerd. So there's another closer look up at the trees here by Macy's. We walk over here, you can see it's in a nice, attractive mall. You know, no, we went during the week, so not too busy, but I'm sure on the weekends this place is packed. Despite not being that far from the super luxury Somerset collection. And I'm just fleshing this out with some more pictures from 2019, so you can just see what the place was like a couple years ago. That's all for now. Thank you everyone for taking the time to watch this with me. Thanks.